going on, guys? Off the Brink TV here, bringing you another video, and this time NBA 2k15 My Career Tutorials Episode 7, the best layup and dunk packages that I know of, and you'll see why I know of them in a second. But this might be a long one, so in preparation for that, go grab yourself a snack, a glass of water, and just chill out and relax and enjoy the help, and I hope it does help you. So anyway, if you guys have been watching my videos, you see that I pretty much dominate on Hall of Fame. I mean, I hardly ever lose, and I'm not trying to be cocky or anything or talk smack about any other YouTubers, but I see a lot of people, even top YouTubers, who have a little bit of trouble with Hall of Fame and just overall their approach in terms of their player. And I think a lot of it has to do with the lack of variety when it comes to the packages they select or how they execute the abilities or the packages they select. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to show you how I built my player, my career player, in terms of what layup package I use and why, and all the dunk packages I use and why. And I think I have a good grasp on all of this because, as you could see, I've purchased pretty much every dunk package with a few like Cradle and Basic, because I have the Athletic, and a bunch of other ones that I just don't really like that much, but in terms of animation. So what you're gonna see here is stuff that I not only tried in games, but I've taken notes of, all different combinations really. The ones that I use I think are the best. And not just the best in terms of them getting off, but also from an animation standpoint, they look cool, while also giving you the variety necessary to be able to get those extra posters and to look good doing it as well. So, as you can see, nothing is selected right now, and the reason I did that is because it's easier for me to show you each package if I just select the package, demonstrate it, and then at the end I'll add, put them all together so you could see each and every one that I use, and you can maybe follow along. So the first one that we're going to start with that I think is great, the straight arm tomahawk. Now, I usually use either the straight arm tomahawk or the athletic front tomahawk. I rarely use them together, but I might. Sometimes I switch up, But the straight arm tomahawk is a great place to start. And it has really, really nice animations. It's Westbrook's package in the game. And when he dunks, it's nice and straight. It looks cool. It's a nice one-hander. Because if you don't know, if you don't have a dunk package that can trigger, depending on the situation you're in, when you go up and dunk, it will default to a regular one-hander. Because what you want to do is you want to have a good variety of one-handers off 2, one-handers off 1, and then you want your flashy dunks and also, your reverses and stuff like that are going to be able to get over those defenders and really use your body to protect the ball and go up for the dunk. So straight arm tomahawk is a great place to start. It looks better when there's defenders or you do it in traffic. I use the athletic front tomahawks, and I like this, and you can see it in my most recent video, not my most recent, the one before that. It triggered a bunch of times, and it has, to me, the nicest animation out of all of them. There's that one that he does. I'm going to go through each animation for you so you could see. He also does this, where he brings it over his head a little bit and does that head shake, and that could be really awesome, especially when they're going to the replays or it slows down and you just see his head waving after dunking. There's that one, which is just, it's clean, but, he looks good doing it. And then there's this one, which is my favorite. That's my favorite one-handed slam animation right there. It looks way better in the game, and to catch it, you'll see it. And right there it is again. It looks similar to the other one, but those are two different ones, and that's my favorite, where he kind of pushes it once he's in the air, and it really looks like you take flight. So I like to keep that one on deck. I also always have cock back tomahawks. Why? If you have a front tomahawk, why do you need a cock back? Because like I said, you want variety. As you can see, that's all for 1 foot. And the athletic front tomahawk is all for 2. So I have the cock back tomahawk. And this is great. You get a little seam. It doesn't trigger. When you have the other packages, it doesn't trigger as much, but when it does, it's really explosive. And he comes in and he cocks it back. And he really flexes his body, pushes it through the hoop, and it's off one, and it really looks nice. There's another cock back Tommy. So I always keep that one ready as well. The next one that I choose, and I'm going to unselect this so you can see them, is the Uber Athletic Tomahawks off 2. Now, I like the Uber Athletic Tomahawk off 1, for that animation that you just saw on the right. However, he does this one where he jumps too high, and it looks corny to me. I don't like it, so I don't always use it. But when I do use it for maybe a video just to switch it up, I'll edit out the one where he dunked and he looked dumb doing it. So I used to use leaning slams, but I don't anymore. And the reason is not because it gets blocked or anything like that. The reason why I don't use the leaning slams anymore is because it triggers way too much. It doesn't give the other dunk packages enough time, enough shine. It's always triggering when I'm wide open for a slam when I hit X. So I leave that out. Keep in mind, pause for a second here. Keep in mind that this year is different. Back scratchers and where you position the ball up for a slam doesn't mean it automatically gets blocked. If a defender is out of position, he's going to swat away from you. He's not going to swat the ball. Last year, you were able, you got back scratches blocked a lot and stuff like that. This year, it's different. And I'm going to show you why one of the back scratching dunks is really, really good to use, even though it's a back scratch. But anyway, let's get back to where we were. Let's not veer too much off course now, right? So I use Uber Athletic Tomahawks off 2. And it's a really sweet animation. And it also gives you another off 2 dunk, so you can keep your stuff switching up, keep your dunks fresh, and also give yourself variety for triggering when there's a defender there. Because like I said, certain dunk packages are going to trigger depending on the defensive situation. And as you can see, it's really pretty, nice animation. And he also does that semi-windmill animation with the Uber Athletic too. So you can do that a little more often in traffic, which is really nice. Next is the back scratchers off 1. Because I wanted another off 1 dunk. And the back scratches off 1 is super explosive. And I mean, you could take off from really far out, and it ignores defense sometimes when it triggers. And you could see this in one of my videos. Maybe I'll put the clip in when I mix this down, but you could see in one of my older videos that he just flies from almost the free throw line and slams over 2 defenders. So I use this one, and again, it doesn't trigger all the time like some of the other dunks that are cool that I don't use as much, but really nice. Off 1, puts it behind his back, and it slams it in. And then there you get a little variety of him hanging on the rim as well, which is really clutch. Boom. Speaking of clutch, I don't use the side clutch dunk. That's another nice dunk I don't use because it triggers too much. The next one I use, quick drop back scratchers. Well, why do you use quick drop back scratches, Randy, if you're using back scratches off 1? Well, you guessed it, because he does back scratches off 2. And I don't like the back scratcher off 2 regular package, because when he goes off 2 with that one, he doesn't always back scratch, and it could look a little doofy. And also, it triggers too much. So I'm going to be saying it triggers too much quite a bit, because I've tried so many different combinations, and sometimes I don't know what it is with the game, but they just trigger way too often. So off 2, you get that quick drop, and it's really, really an aggressive slam, and it looks awesome when you're either coming on a fast break or you get a hole in the lane and you just come in like that. Beautiful, beautiful animation. The next dunk I use, dunk package, and we're going to be filling up all 15 here, don't worry. The next one I use is the clutch reverse off 2. You guys have seen me do this. Fast breaks, whatever. When you go to that, when you hold down on the right analog stick and he does the flashy dunk and he does that double clutch reverse, it's just too much of a beast to leave out. Now, you can use clutch reverse off 1 or one-hand clutch reverse. Why can you also use those? Because they also give you a baseline dunk, because these are packages, right? So some of them include additional areas of where to take off from. So the one-hand clutch reverse and the clutch reverse off one, you could use as opposed to taking up a baseline package, so you could get a little more variety where you can get a dunk package. That way it'll be nice going baseline when you go for your baseline reverse, which is away from the hoop, right, when you're going to dunk, as opposed to taking up a dunk package slot with an animation dedicated to being baseline. You know what I'm saying? So the clutch reverse off one is nice, but I use the clutch reverse off two, just to give you an example. And obviously this is a flashy dunk, so you want to have some flashy ones in there. And as you can see, it's just beastly. Okay, so that's one of my flashy dunks that I keep in there. So the next dunk that I use is the windmill reverse, and this is another really sweet dunk package for coming on fast breaks and you want to do something flashy, and he does that. So it's just giving some variety to your fast break dunks when there's no one around. And like I said, a lot of these dunks trigger depending on the situation. You guys saw me do a clutch reverse poster. I would not have been able to do a clutch reverse poster unless I had that dunk package, and it was still considered a contact dunk. So depending on your dunk packages is what is dependent on what will trigger when it's a contact dunk. So you could get that windmill reverse in there, and he will do that against the defender at some point if your dunk is high enough and you do it at the right time, and you're obviously going for a flashy dunk. So, okay, now baseline reverse off one is really nice looking. However, that's what he does a lot. He does that a lot during a game, and it can get blocked very easily, so be careful. However, I do put it on sometimes just because it looks so sick. But, you know, be wary of that one. The next one I use, so I'm not going to include that in the packages that I use because I don't often use it. The next one that I use is the leaning windmills. I love windmills. Why am I showing you the flashy dunks I use? Because there's some flashy dunks that, while cool, trigger way too much, like the Athletic 360. If you have that, even if you have leaning windmills and windmill reverses, when you're on a fast break and you go to a flashy dunk, that'll trigger every time. So I don't really use it as much anymore because it gets played out, you know? The leaning windmill is the coolest windmill. Looks like some Vince Carter-ish, right? So he leans in and does the windmill. The next one that I'm going to say to use is the athletic windmills. Now, this is like the front windmills where he uses both hands, brings it around his body, and it triggers quite often, but it just gives you more variety to your flashy dunks. Okay, now those are the basic dunks that I usually have equipped at all times. Gives you the variety of flashy, good one-handers that look good no matter who's around, so you don't ever get caught in some corny just put it in the basket type animation, right? We're going to take it to the next level. You might be wondering, oh, he doesn't use an under the basket package. And I do that purposely because I'm 6'3", and if I try to dunk it under the rim, a lot of times I'll get pressured and it won't be the best idea. And I very, very rarely are ever even in that opportunity, so I rather not waste a dunk slot on an under the basket flush. So I don't use one. You can if you'd like, if you want to fill it up, but I don't. Here's what I like to do, and here's how I like to build my dunk packages, and here's how I like to build my character in terms of all 15 slots. The next one I take is the athletic side tomahawks. It gives more variety to tomahawks. It gives a little extra animation, a little something different to trigger when, you know, there's a little bit of pressure and you need to just get it in the hoop. Sometimes use the front clutches off two or side clutches off one, but like I said, be aware side clutches will proc a lot. The next one I like to add to the scene is the one-hand clutch reverse. Really nice animation, also adds a baseline animation for you. And speaking of baseline, you could either go with the baseline clutch reverse, which is really nice, or just the baseline reverse off two, which I think is really sweet. I also like the windmill baseline reverse if you want to go with that. So I basically build my guy like this, going down each dunk, all 15 selected. Straight arm tomahawk, you know the reason why. Cock back tomahawk, athletic side tomahawk, athletic front tomahawk. So you have great variety of one-handers there. Uber athletic tomahawk off two. Then I go with back scratches off one, quick drop back scratchers, one hand clutch reverse off 1, clutch reverse off 2, windmill reverses, baseline reverse off 2, leaning windmills, side windmills, athletic windmills, and that's it. If you notice, I only have one baseline selected, baseline reverse off 2. The reason why I don't have an off 1 baseline is because the clutch reverse off 1 handles that for me. You get a clutch, you get a baseline dunk with this package. So you have 2 very, very nice, very adequate baseline dunks there without having to just use a baseline package for just a baseline dunk, which you really aren't using a ton. You know, you're using them, but just not crazy amount. You know, how many times do you manually go to a reverse dunk when you're going baseline? Not often. So what I want to do is I want to show you what this mix of dunks looks like when you go up. And again, this is through trial and error. These are the best, not only efficiency. Keep in mind, I don't choose these just for efficiency, but so they also look cool. You want them to look good, have a good variety. There's other cool packages there that either trigger too much or, you know, I don't like them at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So here's what a mix of these dunk packages look like. So let's go up. Let's go straight ahead. We have a nice stuff. That's a nice one-hander right there. Come from the right. And this is just me pressing X. This is just me pressing the shot button. I'm not doing anything flashy here. Although there isn't a defender there, so you might pop, you know, he might proc a flashy dunk because there's no defender here, but you get the idea. Very clean animations. So far, 3 dunks, 3 different animations. 3 different packages also. So let's go a little bit from the front here. Windmill, leaning windmill, so pretty. Let's come from the side, semi-baseline. Ooh, look at that quick drop off 1, beauty. Let's maybe do a baseline reverse so you guys could see. That baseline reverse off 2 is nice. Using the body to shield you against the defender. Let's go for a flashy dunk. Going up for a flashy dunk, does a windmill reverse. You know, we got just a nice setup here. Just looking like a beast going up for a slam. And you guys see my videos, the traffic and all. It just looks like I'm throwing it down like a maniac. So again, this is just a mixture of visuals and efficiency. Now, what layup package do I use? Okay, now again, as you could see, I've tried a majority of them. I use Harden. I think it has, again, the best combination of visuals and efficiency, in my opinion. Plus, you have that Euro step when it triggers, or you could manually trigger your Euro step. Just looks so nice. And I'll show you what the Euro step looks like with his. And I'll show you what going left and going right looks like. You know, you just have a lot of extra motion there with the Euro step and really creates even additional space. And you know I love that Euro step if you guys watch my series. But going up even for a left hand, he's got a nice animation. Sometimes he gets close to the rim, sometimes he doesn't. But, you know, out of all the ones I tried, when it came to going up for a contact layup, I really liked the way his was coming through, even the success rate. Some of the other layup packages like Melo's, etc., I wasn't too crazy about. Another good one is Derrick Rose. Why is Derrick Rose a good layup package? I'll show you why. When you go up for a, now this is one of the layup packages that you could clearly see is changed. Your right and left layup is different. But he gets, when you're on a fast break or you need to get, you have some pressure, you know, it's a one-on-one and you go up, but you're just going up for the regular finger roll, he's getting that ball really close to the rim. So I used the Derrick Rose for quite a while. Now, I can't demonstrate this, but if you play often and you know when you go up for a layup, if you get tripped up, like someone doesn't defend you there, but someone hits your legs, he'll do like a tripped animation. That's when Derrick Rose's animation will trigger where he's falling over. Now, that happens to me quite a bit. A lot of the other layup packages, the ball doesn't go in. But Derrick Rose's, it triggers his animation and he does some crazy-ish. And the Harden, sometimes he'll either go to the Euro or he'll get it to go too. One of the ones that I used to use also that I wound up not liking is Crawford's, because a lot of the times when I would just go up for a regular contact layup, he would do his signature animation, which is that the behind the back, and it would get snuffed out of his hands. Also, I missed 2 wide open layups with his package, and I attribute it to the package. I really do, because I've actually missed some layups in the gym depending on the package, and I can almost imitate it sometimes. Like, do it, purposely miss. So I don't use Crawford's as much. So the layup package that I recommend is James Harden. It definitely gives you a different left-hand and right-hand layup. Some of the other packages aren't going to change your left and right-hand layup. It's just going to default to the guard or the swing. So I go with Harden's. I know it doesn't look that amazing in the gym for whatever reason, but play a game with it and you'll see what I mean. He'll just whip out some stuff with contact, and he just looks like a beast when he's attacking and not dunking. It looks really nice. Yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to give you guys some insight, because I know a lot of people have been asking me what layups and what dunks I use. And also, if you guys are interested, the jump shot I use is Jump Shot, is release number 6, set to the quick release timing, quick. And the size up that I've been using a lot lately, I know you guys have been asking me about this also. I don't even remember what number it is, but I really like it. It's number 75. And I'll show that to you. The size up. He does a little between the legs, teases him. Drops the ball in front of his face. But why do I like it? And the other one I used before this was really nice too. But I like it because I could just daze him a little bit, then go and then cross him over. Go to a Euro. Push through the paint. Do my thing. And I like it because it just, it flows nicely with what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like this, cross them over or whatnot. And if you guys are wondering how to cross over out of a size up, all I do is go, I'm not even using between the legs, even though you can do that. You can, you could go like this and then cross over, but you don't have to do all that. It's very simple. Just go to your size up. Depending on what dribble hand he has it when you're ready to trigger your crossover, go to the opposite, back to your left, and then hold right on your left analog stick to cross him over. Or you could do a less motion, just go like this, and you're out. Now, why not wait for the size up to finish or just cross over from the size up? Because if you wait too long in the size up, if you wait too long for him to trigger it, he'll do that. And that's too long of a hesitation. You don't want that. You could do like a quick one like that if you press up to do your size up and you only let him dribble twice or once or twice. Like if you get him like this and then you could cross him over. Let me get to the top of the key so you could see. Boom. Just one dribble. Goes through the legs to the left hand and go right. And you could cross him over like that. And I use that a lot when attacking the paint. See that? Always variety with these slams. So that's how I build my career player. I really hope this helped you out. If it did or didn't, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always down to help you guys, do whatever. Even if you guys want to collaborate, maybe play some park, whatever you want to do, hit me up in the comment section. I'm always looking to interact with the community, especially since my channel's been growing. I really appreciate the help from everybody, subscribing and all that. Please remember, as I said in the last video, you guys really surprised me hitting that like button. I saw 19 likes and it gave me the drive. I wanted to do a tutorial for you guys. So keep hitting that like button because it really helps me out and it really shows me that you guys are liking the content, and it just I swear it gets me hyped to put out a new video as soon as I see those likes, because I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? These dudes are liking when I'm putting out. Let me get on here, let me get this going. Let me get to work. So I really appreciate that. So if you like this video and want to see more videos, hit that thumbs up. And other than that, I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.